Welcome back for more Elden Ring, ladies and gents. Hope you're doing well. My name is Louis, aka Manyouaman here. So in the last episode, we breached the Stormveil Castle, and the Lord of the Castle is Godrick The Grafted. So in this episode, of course, we're gonna have a go at him. The boss that a lot of people say is very hard, very difficult at the beginning, especially if you had never played Souls game before. But I quickly realized that I am no match to him. I'm no match to him, even though I did well, but I am no match to him. I need to level up my weapon, I need to level up my characters, I need to grab some more vital items and level up my my flask as well, in terms of the number and the potency of them. So I ended up exploring the Limgrave. So basically the whole of the video is about exploring Limgrave, going to caves, going to ruins, and beating bosses, leveling up, getting better, to get ready for Godrick. So this is preparing for Godrick, the boss fight, and the journey of exploration of Limgrave, and the journey of enjoying Elden Ring, enjoying the world of Elden Ring, like how Miyazaki wants us to see it. So with that being said, hope you guys enjoy the video. Let's crack on with this. Alright, let's go. No cutscene? Ah, there you go. Cutscene. I still haven't watched too many I haven't watched any Elden Ring video at all, so this is all new to me. I see screenshots and mentions, but I don't know what they mean.
Deliver me unto greater heights. Well.
So who's this? He's got a massive axe.
Tarnished.
A lot of hands. Or arms.
Command thee.
Hell nah, I ain't wielding.
I'm the Lord of all that is golden.
That's awesome. Thumbnail sorted. Right, Godrick The Grafted. He's gonna jump. No. Okay. Alright, not too bad, okay. My damage is god awful though. Come on, Wolf, come out and play. Come on, Godrick. Okay. Okay. Oh, Jesus. Almost killed me. Oh my god, his swing is so inconsistent. Alright. Ah, shit. The speed of his swing is so inconsistent. Okay. Come on, jump. I love my 100% shield. Oh, that was an early dodge for me. Ah, damn it. That's not too bad though. That is not too bad. You know, I know that's not a bad start considering that I only do 90 damage. Each swing I do is 90 damage. My Uchitana is +2. Back to exploration. I need to get better. I need to get better before going against him. So yeah, back to post commentary. Back to post commentary indeed. So we're exploring the Great World of Limgrave. This is just a small part of the map of Elden Ring. Now I'm doing this post commentary after about 48 hours into Elden Ring, and the map, I still haven't discovered all of it. I still haven't discovered all of the map, but I have been taking my time exploring the world of Elden Ring. So yeah, so Limgrave is only a very small part of the puzzle, and that's why in the network test it only focuses on Limgrave. But there was people were still saying that, oh my god, there's still so much content in the network test, and this Limgrave, and you get map pieces to get more of the map. It's insane. So this is our first cave that we go into. We are going to do more caves, beat more bosses, and level up. You know, that's the general gist of it. I think I was level 17. My Uchitana is only +2. It's not good. You know, I've done well with Godrick The Grafted, but it would have taken me at least a whole day to keep trying to really get that perfect run to kill Godrick. So didn't bother because it's basically a sign for me to go away, get better, then come back. So that's exactly what I did, and I'm absolutely happy with that. Because in a way, Margit, I kind of just rushed it. You know, I kind of rushed it, and I wanted a good first episode to defeat the boss. Therefore, that's what I did. You know, but no regrets. Getting better in the game, dying less, most importantly, and this is important to do. To go away, explore, and improve your character, improve your skills as well. So what I did earlier was that there was some bugs going on, and I had to quit the game and restart the game. So that's what that was. So we're in the Murkwater Catacomb. Murkwater Catacomb. So this is one of the very first few caves you go into at the beginning of the game. So it's not really that challenging, but you do need to be careful because a lot of enemy will try to trap you, like all the messages and saying. The messaging is great. I love the messages because you open them so quickly, and you see what happened to people. You see all those blood piles, and so you just see like, okay, yeah, something's bad in here, and it is. You know, there's traps. Those little goblins can be a little bit tricky. So this lever is to open up the boss room door. A lot of caves have system like this. You need to open up the heavy door. It's good, you know, nothing wrong with it. So I get you to explore one part of the cave first, and then the next part you can do to fight the boss. Usually the boss run to the cave boss it's not that bad either. It really depends though. At the beginning, all these caves are very similar. Their aesthetic is very similar, and the level is very similar as well. The path is very similar, but once you get deeper and deeper into the game, then all the caves are slightly different in their own right, and a few of them are quite fun. A few of them is quite fun actually. So it's better than the Bloodborne's challenge dungeon, that's for sure. But it's still that similar vibe, you know. So after reading all these messages, you know, people saying boss, you know, try summoning, try arms, I'm just like, okay, nah, this can't be that hard. This can't be that hard. So you know what? This Grave Warden duelist, it was a good duel. It was a really good duel. I do decent amount of damage, 104, and I took a good chunk of his health. So I know that if I keep striking him and get him to bleed, I can do a lot of damage, and I can really hone in and win this fight. You know, I got 2 flasks as well. His move is not that bad. You know, I got 100% shield, so I'm defending myself, and at the same time I'm just making patient strike. You can't get greedy in this game. You can't get greedy in any of the From Software games. So just keep my balance, keep my distance. I know he got a range attack. That is a bad dodge. That's a better dodge, which I did remember the overhead slash with the katana. That attack is fan-freaking-tastic. Look at that. Look at that. Ran out of flask. I got half health. His overhead slam attack, which hit me a couple of times already, it could have been either him or me killing him. So it was either gonna be me or him. And I did the overhead attack. It's so quick as well. The slash, the motion is so quick. It's brilliant. And it just catch AI off guard as well. And that's why I love that attack. And it's a fun boss fight, you know, duelist. And it was all down to that last attack. The last hit. So went into this telescope. I'm just showing you guys because I mentioned it in episode 1 or 2. Kind of telescope. You can kind of look afar to see where you wanted to go. Because the beauty of this game is that on the map there's kind of point of interest icon after you find them. There is no markers. There's no waypoint, there's no GPS to tell you need to go there, you go there, and you go there. So all of that are open world accessibility out the door. You use these telescope, you use your camera to kind of pan around and see where you want to go. Oh, this castle looks interesting. Let me go to this castle. Oh, I see a golden branch far away. Let me go there. And this is actually a very stupid one because this is a very early area when I was going up to the castle, and I just completely missed this golden branch. I don't know how the hell I missed it. You can see that I'm just like looking at the map, just like, oh my god, this is like the starting area. Yes, it is, Lewis, you idiot. I don't know how I missed this. Probably because on the first episode I was playing this in 2 o'clock in the morning. I'll blame it at that, but either way, it's just me being an absolute idiot. So going up to the shack and gonna speak to the lady once again, and she ended up being a very, 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 very useful NPC, especially if you want to summon.
Enticed by the one in the white mask, I suppose. Oh, you've come to be warned. Well, that makes us 2 peas in a pod. But I don't have your courage. It's scary.
2 peas in a pod.
Cut off.
So she's tarnished as well.
I'm nothing.
And she's just scared, you know. She's nothing, and she's scared. And we ended up seeing her in the circle, and I'll show that in the next episode, I believe. But she's a very important character, and you'll learn why. So me fighting the troll, I said in the last episode, the troll enemies is what I saw in the first episode when I'm going into the castle. They drop down at the castle gate and scare the crap out of me. And on the third episode, they reappear standing right in front of Godrick boss room. And I said then, I was like, these guys give out 1000 runes, which is really good. So it's a good enemy to farm at the start if you've got a katana bleed weapon. So this is very interesting. This is the first time I got something called the Strength Knot Crystal Tier. So it temporarily boosts strength. But there is something about the Flask of Wondrous Physic. The Flask of Wondrous Physic. What the hell is the Flask of Wondrous Physic? So I did look around my inventory and just like, I ain't got that. So that's an item to get, and that is basically a flask that you use to buff yourself. And I will get it later on in the video, and I'll explain more then. So getting into kind of a Colosseum kind of place, got invaded by a AI NPC. So this is not real human player. Again, he's slow and I'm quick, and the katana is so good is because the R2 attack, the R2 attack, single-handed is a thrust, and it can thrust quite far as well. So what the NPC invader usually do is they run at you. So if you can back out and do the stab, it's really good. It's really, really good. So the reason why there's an NPC invasion is because they want to show you guys about the invading other worlds and invading other players. Just a bit of fun, just a bit of multiplayer online play, and I know multiplayer is a big thing in Dark Souls 3, and it is a big thing in Elden Ring. A lot of people enjoy that element. Multiplayer element on Dark Souls game, Bloodborne games, so-so, 50-50. It can be very fun, and I did have fun in Dark Souls 1 when I was and then Dark Souls 3 when I was dueling quite a lot for the Platinum Trophy. It's fun, but it's never gonna take me away. I'm never gonna play this kind of game just for the multiplayer element of it. The co-op element is fun, but then again, you want to challenge yourself and not try to summon as much as possible. But summoning is a big part of this game, and a lot of the bosses, you kind of definitely, well, not definitely, you kind of want to summon to make your life a little bit more easier. So this knight, the Cavalier's knight with a spear and a massive shield. The one weakness about spear is that their back will always be open, so that's why going for backstab is excellent. So these guys gave me Ash of Wars. Not one that I will ever use, but you know, whatever, innit? So finding another enemy camp around Limgrave, backstab the dude. Those dogs are hunting me down like there's no others. So I thought, okay, let me get rid of the dogs. I miss a couple of slash, and then I get into a stun lock. And then the dude with the great sword just came in and just got me off my horse. And those dogs, they look fluffy, but they ain't cute. They are not cute, and they just absolutely destroyed me. Second time, same tactics, but this time hopefully I run better. I'm not going to get my horse, because when I stumble my horse, I am very vulnerable for a strong attack by the enemy. So just doing it on my 2 feet and lure the enemy out. And this time the dogs didn't come. I was expecting the dogs to come, but the dogs didn't come. So it's manual, me and this great sword wielding bastard. These knights ain't a joke. Like, honestly, they ain't a joke. So I'm doing 66 damage, even with some leveling up on my dexterity. Still not great. So yeah, I really need to improve my Uchitana, but finding smithing stone was the big problem for me. I couldn't find any smithing stone. Now I know where the good smithing stone places are, you know, after playing the game, and I definitely have a path of upgrading my weapon, a path of kind of early game farming of ruins a little bit for my next character, because I know where some of the items are now. So my next character that I'm going to create after beating this one will be very fun, because I'm going to play it in the style that, hey, I know the game now, you know, and I can do the run a little bit differently as well. But, you know, playing all these games for the first time is also very fun. It's fresh. You don't know what's going to happen. And Elden Ring is so bloody damn big, you're not going to remember everything. I mean, I played Bloodborne, like, I completed it like 6-7 times, and I still don't know all the items or all the enemies at what corners and stuff like that. Same goes as Dark Souls 3. So, enemy base, extinguish, basically. Grabbing a few items. Not too surprising, not too great. I found these Beast Quest heater shield, which is not as good. It's just not as good as my brass shield. So I ended up kind of trying it out, but very quickly gone back to the brass shield a little bit later on, because I want to use different shield. I don't want to just use the same sword, the same shield, the same armor. I don't want to do that. I want to switch things up a little bit, and that's what I will do later on in Elden Ring as well. So finding another cave. Death-touched catacombs. So there's always a site of grace at the beginning of the dungeon, of the cave, and this is where starting of the cave, the boss door is right there. It's locked, so you need to unlock it. There are plenty of messages around to tell you trap here, trap there, close quarter this, close quarter that. It's really good. It's really good advice, and obviously you get the troll one, like, oh, hidden wall ahead or hidden path ahead to troll you to hit the wall or something, you know. But it's all for a bit of fun. It's all for a bit of fun. So this is one of the moments where I still did not know how to defeat the skeleton. You see the skeleton keep coming back alive, and I just didn't know how to kill them. I just didn't know how to kill them. But a little bit later on in the episode, I figured out that, oh, like when she defeated them, they scattered away, and you can see the little souls of all the blue thing weaving about his body, and you need to attack them one more time. Basically, once they go down, you need to attack it one more time to kill them. But I didn't know it then, so this is where I'm just running around. I'm just running around. You know, I try to kill a couple of them to kind of, you know, reduce the amount of skeleton chasing me. But this ended up being a massive chase sequence. Me just going around, not really knowing where I am, and oh mate, it's messy, but it's incredible how I kept myself alive throughout this mad run. So I got stuck there. I'm just like, hell no, I'm not going there. All the skeleton want my meat. Archers as well. I didn't see him because he was in the shadow, and I was really looking at what's in front of me. There's a lot of blood pool here, so a lot of people died. These grove words is definitely worth picking up, because he ended up being a very useful in a next couple of episodes where I'll show you the function of them. So yeah, just rolling away, running away. They're throwing bombs at me, fucking archers everywhere. They just want me. They want me dead. They want me to become a skeleton like them. I just legged it as fast as possible, and like I said, I don't know how I survived the whole ordeal. So I went back to the site of grace, and I just need to calm myself down, get my flask back, because the boss room is just right there, right in front of me. So why not have a little touch of the grace for good luck and get this boss. So this boss of the Death Touch Catacomb, it is a assassin. So it's called a black knife assassin, and I don't know why, but half of his health is gone. So I call my dogs in to kind of, you know, help me with the summon. I don't know how good he is, how bad he is, how quick he is. Well, surely he's quick. And I do not have I no longer have a a no skill shield. So the no skill shield allows me to use my overhead attack on my katana, but this heater shield is a parry shield. So I kind of forgot about that, so it messed me up a couple of times, but you know, my summons wolf managed to get him into the corner anyway, and we just absolutely decked him. Plus he started half health, so that's another benefit. Don't know why. I think because he could critical attack you, and the talisman that he just gave us is a talisman of once you kill the once you critical hit an enemy, your health will recover. So I think that's the point of why he was half health, because he was gonna critical attack you and then gain some health, but he never had a chance. So, which is good, because what the assassin would have done is he would have kind of swing left and right around you to try to backstab you or try to parry you. But yeah, we've never seen this. The disrespect of me just climbing over him. So again, this dude is half health. It just seems like everyone is half health for some good old reason. Hey, it's fine by me, you know, it's easier to kill. So I immediately know that his legs is the weak point, you know, the one which is embered up. So I decided to stay on the horse because I wanted the mobility to get out of all his AoE attack, because all his attack is AoE related. So this is where I give him the disrespect and just absolutely decked him. You can go in for the critical attack, for a visceral attack, but I just didn't do it. I didn't know I can do it, basically. So a boss, well, not a boss, but a enemy that gave us about 1,000 souls, but he doesn't reappear again, because I came back here, but he never reappeared again. So sad time. So this is one of the most important talisman, the Lance Talisman. What this Lance Talisman do is that it will enhance the attack on horseback by quite a good percentage. I don't know what it is, the percentage for real, but it increases your attack on the horseback really good. So whenever you're just roaming around Limgrave, you're allowed to have your horse, you're riding your horse, and this attack power increase is immense. It is actually immense. So trying it out on these kind of grave human, I don't know what they call, but all these grave soldiers, just trying it out on them, and all of them one hit kill. I'm pretty sure I was one hit killing them before, but with a different health point deduction number. So this is a bit of fun with the big pot. Before I talked to him, I was looking at the little goop. It's quite fun, this character. Haven't seen him yet again though, but I know where he is. He's in a very tough location at the moment.
Can you help me out of this? Just give me a good smack from the rear with something nice and big, and I'll pop clean out, I'm sure. Don't dally. No, there's
Don't dally.
very well trained. Give it your all, I say.
Alright, so that was a very weird request, but I should fulfill his wishes. And I got a battle hammer that I can't wield properly. Even two-hand I can't wield properly because I just don't have the strength for it. But it looks to be okay. I think it would have been okay if I do my katana as well. It wouldn't matter. So I did it twice, and I'm just like, he started to say ouch, and I don't want to kill him. And then that's why I started to talk to him again. He sounds okay, so I gave him a one last whack, and he popped out. You know, when he said ow, I was a bit worried that, oh, okay, am I killing the NPC? So already killed a few of his own kind in the episode 3, in the last episode. That wasn't great, because one of the big pots just burst open when you... blood spilling out everywhere when you kill them. It's not nice, not fun.
I'd like you to have this. Once again,
So all of these exhalated flesh, it improves your attack power. I used it once or twice against a boss, not all the time.
I journey to the
And that's what I'm saying about all these consumables. I need to use them because they are supposed to be there to help us, you know, to help me. And I need to use more because a lot of them can improve your defense, a lot of them can improve your attack, and most importantly, you can craft them. You can craft all these good items that helps you to become a better player, and I just don't use them as much or at all.
on the southern edge of the scarlet, rot-blighted Caelid Wilds. I'd heard
Caelid Wilds. Remember that name, Caelid. That area is bombastic. It is impossible. It is a hard area. Putting a hard, very tough near endgame area next to the beginner area in Limgrave, it's a false sense of security when you get to Caelid. My god, the level of difficulty that raised is crazy. So this onion head dude, we dealt with them a couple of times and we know how they react. They crazy son of a bitch. So fighting another one that responded because I sat on the arrested in the Sight of Grace, and yeah, they're not that difficult. And I got the pumpkin helm. So those enemies are a reminiscent of Onion Knight in Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 3, and the helm is literally the same shape of the Onion Knight, but instead of onion is called pumpkin now. So that is pretty much an Easter egg, a callback. So this is the area where I realized how to defeat the skeleton. Or at least I think I did. I think it's this area that I realized how to defeat them. So they're coming back. So I realized that I can lock onto them again. So I hit one of them and I got the souls from them. So now I know, that's how you defeat them. Because I thought you need a holy weapon or something to really kill them, and it sounds a bit OP. But no, you actually, when they drop down, you can you can hit them again and they will die forever. I was gonna backstab this dude, but he started talking, so I know he's an NPC. So he's the D.
Hunt down those who live in death and weed their death root. Heed my warning. The village here has been touched by death.
So death root is something that we got after killing the assassin. We got it in one of the chests. And this is the storyline of death roots and what it does. So yeah, so the D is telling me to turn back. I am right in front of the village, this mystical village. You can see there's something on the right, so I decided not to touch that dude first. So Summerwater village, there's a lot of ruins like this, like scattered all over the world, not just Limgrave, but in the later areas that you visit. So I just decided to kind of just walk around, go around, making sure that there's no anyone that can do projectiles, weapon, magic, bow and arrow that can projectile me. So started to look around the area to see what goodies are there. And really is, you know, a lot of the things that I cut. So I record my whole gameplay, and then I cut a lot of things as well, because a lot of the time I'm just running around with my horse and realizing and exploring and finding all these new ruins and NPCs and stuff like that is a really fun element, really fun, because there isn't a big massive thing saying, hey, this is a city, go to it and you can speak to person A and person B to get more quests, and you can go to your quest book to look at this quest kind of thing. Nah, it's none of that. You kind of look at your map and just like, that looks like an area that is interesting. You go to that area and then discover that it is a bloody interesting area. So yeah, it has a lot of soul in this game. You know, when we talk about games as no soul, because it's just so bland and it's just so boring. There's a clingy story, repetitive gameplay, transversal is boring, the world is boring. Not in Elden Ring. In Elden Ring, you just know that there are souls, there are lore to the game that just make it so much more fun to play. Did not realize this is a boss, I'll be honest. That's why I started using bow and arrow to see how hard or easy it is. But my arrow is only doing like 52 damage, so I thought, maybe he's a really good boss. So I decided to, okay, instead of arrow, let's try to hit him. And yeah, he got a pretty large health pool, but I'm doing pretty good attack. I'm doing pretty good damage. Also, my wolves are going into him. My wolf's getting battered, and by now I'm just like, oh my god, he's an easy dude. Like, I've seen all his attack already. I thought that was an AoE attack, but it wasn't. So yeah. So after getting a good feel for him, I'm just like, okay, this guy's a pushover, you know, easy. Double hand, slice, done, easy. So I got another death root from that boss. So now we're gonna explore around, search for items and stuff like that remaining in this area, but then we're gonna go back to speak to D, and he will let us know a little secret, let's just say. So all of these, kicking the skull. I love how they like hidden the golden ruin on some of these skulls scattered around the area, because they give you, I think, 100 ruins. And a fool.
If you're inclined to hunt more of those who live in death and weed their death root, then I'll introduce you to Garank, the beast clergyman. I have a matter of my own to attend to, and the beast himself wishes for someone to take my place. What say you?
Love to be a beast. Accept the introduction.
I've marked the location for you of a hidden gateway. It will lead.
It sounds like he wasn't happy about it, but he will end up to be in the circle, and you can buy a couple of incarnation from him, and it seems like a good guy. And whenever you have I'm pretty sure on one occasion in one of the cave you can summon him, and he's pretty good. Garank. So we need to find Garank, and you can see on the map on the right hand side very quickly, I know, but that's where I needed to go. It's been marked on my map. But this is perhaps one of the most important locations at the beginning of the game. So I came across this church and I saw the Site of Grace, and I'm just like, oh, this is interesting. It's good to find Site of Grace. And I saw, okay, there's a couple of items here. I'm looking around, I'm just like, okay, there's no thread. I'm very close to the meeting point, to the beast clergyman. So sacred tear. So this is the first sacred tear that I got. So sacred tear is basically improve the potency of the flask. So whether or not the HP one or the health one, the health one or the HP one, the health one or the focus point one, it will improve the potency of them. So this is the flask of wondrous physic. So this gives you a buff according to all the tiers you got. So I got the strength not tiers, and I can use that to, and also got the crimson tier, the crimson, I can't remember what it's called, but the crimson tiers. So basically the crimson tiers give me half health. It doesn't give me a good amount of health as much as the flask, but it will give me half health. And the other one is the strength knotted tiers, which will improve my strength points by 5-6 levels or something like that. So basically if you have a strength scale weapon, then your weapon will get stronger. So really good. So crimson crystal tier, yes. So it's a flask that you can only use once, and you use it to buff yourself for a certain seconds, for a certain time period. I think it's 90 seconds, because it's not 60, definitely not 60. I think it's 90 seconds that you'll be buff in your strength and your health. Or, well, restore your health. So there are loads of these crystal tiers you can pick up after defeating bosses and grab it from item chests. Loads of tiers that you can do, but you can always have it 2 at a time, so you can need to pick the most appropriate crystal tiers that you want to have against a boss or in that area.
If you wish, I will share them with you.
Yes, please. I'm interested.
Lord, and thy warriors, I divest each of thee of thy grace. With thine eyes dimmed, ye will be driven from the lands between. Ye will wage war in a land afar, where ye will live and die. Well,
Charming,
perhaps
isn't
that
it?
might serve you in lieu of a maiden's guidance.
When she was saying that, she was looking up in the sky. I didn't realize that at first. So after speaking to her, just trying to find that gateway to get to the beast clergyman, I found a little dip of the mountain, and massive bear. I healed up, wanted to have a go at him, and there are loads of wolves going at him anyway. So I thought, okay, that's pretty fun to watch. You can see that the beast actually doesn't do a lot of damage to them, and a lot of the time, a lot of NPC against NPC, what From Software does is it limits the amount of attack power, so that it gets you into the action, basically. Being it on my horse is not too bad, but so the wolves actually managed to stunt him. It was actually really good. I didn't do anything with it because I kind of panicked. I'm not doing good attack at all to this beast. Let's be honest. He has a very large health pool. I'm doing about 120 damage. Not very good at all. The wolves are still helping me, which is a good thing. How the hell did he not kill me there? I have no idea. So I decided to buff myself. Try out the new flask and see what's up. And I feel like I'm doing pretty much the same damage because the Uchidana is not great at scaling up with strength. But what you could do in terms of your Uchidana is get him to bleed. So you can see that he's down again, and I thought I'd use this opportunity to go for a big attack. Got him to bleed, got that last health bar down. So the bleed effect is definitely really, really good in this game, and a lot of the multiplayer and speedrunners, I think they tend to use the blood build because it's just so OP. The amount of blood build up you can do is also very impressive. So yeah, impressive looking game as well. You know, you can see that water coming through the mountain, some sort of a cave system, it must be. So I'm still trying to find where the hell this teleportation is, and I found it. And I jumped to my death. So got my souls back and went in here and travel around the world, basically. So travel into a completely different place, and this is the place that I was afraid of. It is, ladies and gentlemen, Khalid. Obviously I haven't found a map yet, but I am on the most, not the most, but I am on the eastern side of Limgrave, and this hellish looking area is called Khalid. And this area is blimmin' difficult. I mean, just look at it. Just look at it. It's death. It's dead trees, death everywhere, red everywhere, pink everywhere, blood everywhere. So yeah, so this is a very, very tough area. Even to me now, like 40 something hours in, almost 50 hours in for my characters, it is still bloody difficult. So we brought ourselves in front of the Beastal Sanctum. So you know, I know he's friendly because there's a site of grace right in front of him, and there's no like boss wall or anything like that. So let's speak to the old beast clergyman and see what he says. I can feed him death roots. Nom 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 nom.
I smell it. Death.
Oh, he sounds so cool, mate. Sounds so cool. I think this is how you get the beast incarnation, because at the end of this conversation I will get gifted an incarnation for the beast, and also the beast claw mark, which is a talisman thing that you can use to cast incarnation. Not gonna lie, the incarnation for the beast is pretty dreadful. It's not very good at all, and the beast claw thing is not very good either. So beast eyes, claw marked stone eyes received from Godrick, the beast clergyman, is said to tremble when near death roots. The murky voice, and then I skipped it. Like I said, it's not very good. It's not very good at all. But it is what it is. The Beastal Sling is my first incarnation that I got. So incarnation is a combination of pyromancies and miracles from the Dark Souls days. So I thought I'd give this guy a go. I don't know how much it is, and mate, I did 79 damage and that health bar was that. It was that. So I'm just like, I legged it so fast. I legged it so fast, ladies and gents, to back to this side of grace to reset the enemy, and I'm just like, hell no, I'm not going there. So that is how difficult that area is. Right next to the beginner area. Miyazaki did it again. So going back to Limgrave, it's all nice and, you know, grassy, trees, and, you know, a little bit misty, but it looks good. It looks full of life, full of nature, not death like we just saw in Khalid. So this bear is sleeping. We're not going to disturb it. We're going to go down here, grab whatever it is in this chest, eventually in this chest, and then go up and say hello to the bear, basically. So the Axe Talisman enhances charge attack. It's okay. It's okay. Again, one of the attack that I don't use is the charge attack. Number one is slow to use, and number two, I just don't use it. You know, I like it to be quick. But charge attack in this game will do a lot of stagger damage, especially to like a human character. So I should have used more, but yeah, it is what it is, isn't it? It's depending on the play style, and definitely we'll play this game multiple times, and definitely we'll try to get platinum in this game. So that means it will be even more hours eventually. So I'm happy with that, and there will be new game plus 1, 2, 3, I'm sure of it. So yeah. So last time when I going against a massive bear like that, I had some wolves. They weren't my own wolves helping me, so I thought, okay, let's call my own summon wolves, distract him, and then I can go broke with it. And hopefully I can stun lock him. He broke my guard a few times, to be fair. I'm just hoping that the wolves will do enough stagger damage to stun him, and then I can go in for like massive slash. Because I know that I need to build up that bleed effect against him. So I'm doing about 120 damage, and this is where he got stunned. Get on the head, critical attack, and he's dead. And he filled up my Crimson Tier back up. I really want to have an option to pet my wolves, but there isn't. So yeah, good fight, good fight. Like I said, you come across all of these ruins and everything, and there's a lot of good stuff around here. I'm just exploring Limgrave. So that's what you do. That's what you do to get better at the game, and that's what you do to get prepared for Godrick. And finding merchants like this on the wild as well is so good. This is where so what I just did there on the map is I starting to place markers. I'm starting to use markers to say, okay, this is enemy, this is boss, because some of the caves that I go into, I might not go all the way to fight the boss, or maybe the boss is really hard, so then I'm put a marker in saying, hey, there's a boss here that I haven't beaten yet, so then I don't forget, and I come back later after getting stronger and hopefully beat the boss. So markers for the merchants as well, I do that. But ever since then they have updated the game, and all the NPCs are now on the map. Once you found them, they will be on the map. So yeah, so got into the old fort. So we've spoken to a royalty in the last episode on top of a broken down building. His name was Kenneth Height, and we are actually going to breach his fort. So his side quest was, hey, can you take back my fort for me, because it's been invaded. And we said, yeah, sure. And this is what we're gonna do in this episode. Go and invade his fort and save his fort. It's nice that the Style of Grace is so close by as well, by the way. So then you can rest up, and you know it's gonna be bad. So I know a ballista is right on my tail. I know the ballista is around the area. So I just know that I need to just run in. I just need to run in, don't get into the projectile range, and I can deal with the rest. You see what I mean? Like, compared to episode 3, I have been so much better. Like, I haven't cut any death scenario at all. And how many deaths I got in this episode compared to the last one? Like, last one I think I got about over 10 deaths. Just me stupid death, me not being patient, rushing through things, being greedy, charging in without really thinking. But in this episode you can see a lot more methodical in my approach. And also my button is a lot better as well. My gear is a lot better. So yeah, just in general getting better at the game and being a little bit less painful to play as well. Well, talking about getting used to the button, and then I just fucked up the buttons there. But so I got rid of the guards. I know Pumpkinhead I can deal with. Pumpkinhead is not that difficult. Using the guard break there, don't use that a lot. Don't use that a lot at all. So my thought process is, you know, try to keep a distance and finish the fight as quickly as possible. So the overhead slash is incredible. I think that's my favorite attack there. The overhead on the katana. Amazing. Amazing attack. It only works on katanas as well, so it makes it that much better, I think. It's very satisfying to use, and I'm so happy that From Software give us the Uchitana at the start, because katanas are a very good weapon. Alright, invading the fort. Using the mixture of, you know, going sword blazing with my katanas and switching it up with my bow, because I know there will be enemies like that try to throw bombs at me. So if I just rush in, I know that hell, like literally hell. So back off, use my use my bow and arrow, try to dispatch as many enemies as possible before going into area of unknown. So all of these are just, you know, champagne Elden Ring, I guess. You know, be methodical of your approach, know where you're getting into. The primary objectives is to actually not die. You know, dying is part of the progress, part of the process as well, because dying means you learn about the enemy in the area, you know how they attack, you know the good and bad about the area, the danger of the area. Dying gives you those results, but the primary objectives of mine is always to stay alive and to keep my souls untouched. So even if I die, I'll go back and I'll still get my souls back, because without the souls or ruins in this game, you can't level up, and leveling up is so important because it gives you more health, it gives you more attack, it gives you more defense. You can cast better magic. So yeah, so it's all about staying alive. So in order to stay alive, step back a little bit, take it slow, take it methodical, and understand your enemy, and then everything will just work out. You know, the moment where in the last episode, when I was struggling through the first phase of the video, I was getting really frustrated, and that kind of I don't know, just sort of like a light bulb moment that I'm just like, I understand how to play this game now. Just ticked on me, you know, because I think the problem was that I recorded the first episode obviously on the day of release, and then I did the second episode like 4 or 5 days after, and then since then I haven't touched the game for like a month because I was playing Horizon Forbidden West, and I want to complete Forbidden West before I dove into Elden Ring. So when I pick up Elden Ring back up, all that kind of experience and emotion from the first 2 episodes that I recorded is already gone, because it's been a month and I'm just not used to it, and going into a difficult area such as the Stormveil Castle on my character that was like level 15 at that point, it was a good step up of the difficulty that I wasn't expecting. So to get that light bulb moment in episode 3 was huge for me, because I finally enjoy the game and not die a lot, because dying all the time is not fun. It's not fun, it's frustrating. And then obviously you need to learn from your mistake, and if you don't learn from your mistake and do the same thing again and again, that's where you just like get even more frustrated and potentially throw your controller across the room or something. So yeah, so that's pretty much the Fort Hughes. That's done. Not many things to go. There's a giant there. Glad I don't have to deal with him. So yeah, a beautiful sunset. Golden branch. Oh mate, this game, there's so many times I just like spend like a minute just panning the camera, getting to like as high as possible and just panning the camera left and right to see the view. Is really good, really good. So everyone's saying cave ahead, cave ahead. So there's a dungeon, there's a cave. So there is a dungeon, there is a cave. So let's check out this dungeon. Earthborn Cave. Very nice. So another dungeon, another cave. Very dark indeed. And immediately I got into a trap. A massive rat. So your ultimate enemy in a Dark Souls game or From Software games is always going to be rats and dogs. Because the rats, especially when they are in a group, they can stun lock you and they can chain attack you. They got one attack, which is a little, head bash, but they will stun lock you to death. Dogs, obviously, I died to them many of times already, and I already complained about them since the first episode. So nothing new. So yeah. So the glowstone that I used in the episode 3 coming back again, being extremely useful. But then I realized that, oh, actually I got a torch as well. So, but the glowstone is really good though. It lights up very decent amount of the room, and I like it. I like how dark some places are. I genuinely likes that. It forces you to have your torch out or use the glowstone. I think is excellent. It's an excellent thing. It's something that they did in Dark Souls 2, the ability to use your torch. And they actually got a timer on the torch as well, and that wasn't that great back then, but it was a very interesting concept. Because some of the dungeons, again, in Dark Souls 2, some of the areas are really, really dark, and you have to have your torch out. And I'm just so glad that they kind of added in that aesthetic into Elden Ring. Because we didn't see much of that in Bloodborne, we didn't see much of that in Sekiro and Dark Souls 3. So it was a missing element of the game for a little bit. But love to see a return on here. Praise the safety, indeed. As we walk around, there's more and more people say, hey, boss ahead or whatever, and as I pan the camera, you can see massive bears having a sleep. So this is where I'm just kind of like, okay, have I got any equipment and stuff like that? So after sorting out my equipment, I basically didn't change anything. I thought I could go at the back and be cheeky and get some charge attack in. And he doesn't even let me like call my wolves in. I know how to defeat him. Call my wolves. So I think I've finally got an opening here. Call my wolf in, take the attack, whatever. I was for sure that I'm gonna die. Like, this grab, I was for sure that I was gonna die, but it actually didn't really hurt me that much. And I need my wolf to take his attention, which it did. I'm not doing bad damage at all, so together with the wolves, we just basically hammer him as much as possible. And hopefully my wolves will stagger him once again. Not stagger him, but to completely stunt him. So the wolves are doing really, really good work at the moment, and the wolves are one of my favorite summons of all. This is what I'm talking about. Like, if I don't have the wolves, yeah, the fight is going to be a lot harder. Just me trying to fight this wolf, it probably will take a few tries. I gave him a little nod to the for helping me. Yeah, it probably will take me a few tries, but I enjoyed it. It's a game. You're supposed to enjoy it. You're supposed to have a good amount of challenging yourself. And I enjoyed doing this, calling the summons on some of the bosses, and it worked. And I was happy with that result. So yeah, it's always going to be maybe a challenge to yourself in a playthrough, not summon anyone. You can absolutely do that, but if the functions are there, why not use it? Why not have a bit of fun? Especially it's my first playthrough. Got to try everything out. So this is the demi-human wizard guard kind of thing. So I ran out of FP, so that's why I didn't do as much damage there. And he just keep backing away, and yeah, he was very easy. Gave me a staff that I don't need at all, because again, I'm not a mage. I'm not going to be a mage at all. I'm not going to try to do mage incarnation and fighting. No, I'm not going to be a mage at all. So some of these statues are telling me to go to a cave nearby. We have seen these jellyfish before, I believe. But as soon as you attack them, they turn red. It's so cool. And then all the other ones will turn red as well. Oh, they don't do that much damage. Never got killed by them. But it's just so cool. Like, it's glowing blue, so beautiful. And then all of a sudden, just like red. It's like engage mode, attack mode, aggression mode. It's really cool. So, found another cave. So this will be our last cave of the video of preparing to fight Godrick and this cave is an interesting one. You know, aesthetically it still looks very similar, but there are different traps, different enemies, and different things that I need to do, which is really interesting, like I said. So this is where I'm just starting to play around the weapons a little bit. I've got a lot of them. I'm starting to look at this is where I'm starting to look at I need to use something other than Uchitana, because at this time I'm already about 7-8 hours into the game, and I don't just want to show you guys the power of the Uchitana, because this Uchitana is coming to me to the end game, and I don't want to be boring and be like just using one weapon. But that will improve eventually. That will improve eventually. At the moment it was at the back of my mind, but eventually it will change. So stick with me with this one, you know, stick with me in this series, with this Elden Ring goodness. Bloody skeleton. So yeah, so aesthetically it's still, you know, it looks very similar to the last one that we went to, but the places are, I guess the layout is different. It's very interesting, all these caves, all these dungeons, and playing through the game, and of course looking back, editing them, and looking into them a little bit more in depth, just kind of make me appreciate the learning of From Software, right? Each From Software game since Demon Souls, each little element has been there, and I think it's really fun to see that. It took me a while to get this bloody skeleton, but yeah, it's very fun to see all these little elements of From Software games popping up, combining together, and making such a great game in Elden Ring. Because all of these dungeons are what I mentioned before, are coming from Bloodborne, the Chalice dungeon. They learn a lot of lessons with the Chalice dungeon to make it different, to make it difficult, but to make it also achievable at the same time as well. So it's a really fun thing that they done and improved on. And then obviously the ability to crouch and be stealthy, that come from Sekiro, and that just, it works. You know, if you want to do a thief build where you literally, or assassin build where you literally just have a dagger and you backstab everyone, there are spells out there that make you invisible or make you harder to detect. There are plenty of weapons out there that you can use to improve your critical attack, so that you do deadly attack, talisman, armor, all sorts. So yeah, so that's the wonderful thing about games like this, is you can create your characters however you want to play. So my next character after this one will be a mage build, but I also want to do maybe a strength build, a strength mage build. So yeah, there's a lot different. Talking about different as well, this being a different of any of the catacombs that I've been to, is there's a fucking fiery stone projectile thing here. Pretty cool looking. I did not time that well, so that's why I backed off. As soon as it finished, the fire animation, the effects as well, looks very good. Look at it. It looks stunning. And then the effects of the embers flying out, fantastic. I mean, there's a lot of people like talking about graphics and effects and stuff like that. I think a lot of people were complaining about this game looks like PlayStation 3 graphics, and I know like a lot of people have different opinion, and a lot of people look at a game that do so well and they either be salty or they are haters, you know they like to dislike things and they need to hate things, and their opinion on this game looks like a PlayStation 3 graphics or whatever it is. There's no merit to it. First of all, it's stupid, and second of all is yeah, that's a cool little contraption actually. Apparently you need to jump, because that message right there say you have to jump, because that's why I did what I did. I have to jump close to that, and it triggered the trap to be up and down. So, but yeah, going back about the whole like graphics thing as well, I think this game looks really good. It looks fantastic. I'm sure it looks even better on the PC as well. But for those people who are saying that this game looks PS3 or PS2 like, are just downright haters, and they just don't have merits on their comments really. They're probably playing the PlayStation 4, Xbox One version as well, and even then the game looks pretty good. You know, I played on the PlayStation 4 version as well, and there is a lot of graphical things out there that was missing. So that's why I reverted back to the PlayStation 5. I just want to check it out, you know. And yeah, once I play the PlayStation 5 version, I can't go back to the PlayStation 4 version. So after reading all these messages, getting myself prepared, getting myself mentally prepared and physically prepared, and they were saying, oh, use blood, use blood. So I'm going to use blood. I'm going to listen in, and I'm going to get my dogs in. This guy is so cool, man. Look at him. Not a great start, I would admit. You know, I got stunned by him, and basically, yeah. But look at the amount of damage that I do, though. He almost killed me down there again. This dude almost killed me twice. But he doesn't have a lot of health, and the blood attack that my katana is actually doing really well. So once again, with the help of the wolves, I was able to beat this boss on my first try, and I was pretty happy with that. You know, I definitely do not want to spend a lot of time trying to beat him, because you can see a couple bullshit attack from him. If you get stun locked by him, you are pretty much in the shit. So last cave done. Coming back to the Church of Edith, or Eli, or whatever it is. I'm gonna go against the Tree Sentinel once again. You know, Tree Sentinel has been my nemesis ever since I got into Limgrave. So now I improved my sword to +3. I got all these like Lance Talisman. I got better items. My flask is a little bit more potent, so I thought I have a go at him again. So that is also the end of the episode. Enjoy the last fight with the Tree Sentinel to see who come up on top, and click the like button if you did enjoy the video, and subscribe to my channel for more Elden Ring episode and any other games that I play as well. Stay safe out there, keep calm, and video game. Peace.